Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's video we're going to talk about 4 ways to get cash and credit for your business fast, and we're talking about unsecured cash and credit. So if you're looking for access to capital right away for your business, then this is the video for you. We're going to share with you some creative ways to pull cash, at the same time how to get credit right now and get it quickly. So let's get started. And first and foremost, when we're talking about credit, we're talking about unsecured credit. So you don't have to collateralize this credit. These are no doc solutions. What I mean by that is you don't have to provide financials, no tax returns, no collateral. So the first way to get quick business credit for your company, whether you're a startup or existing business, is business credit card funding. Now, what's the difference between you applying for your own business credit card, which you can, there's well over 500 business credit cards in the marketplace. The key factor is many of them that you go apply for report to your personal credit. So although they're called a business credit card, they're issued in the company's name. As far as credit reporting goes, they show up on your personal credit. So that doesn't give you that separation between you and your business as far as your credit reports go. So if you carry debt on your business credit cards, you're making big purchases from your business credit cards, that shows up on your personal credit, and it impacts your credit utilization, your individual credit utilization, your overall credit utilization, and that impacts your credit score, your FICO score. So how you want to create that separation is get only business credit cards that report strictly to the business credit reporting agencies. This will allow you to build your business credit. It will protect your personal credit, and at the same time, it positions your company for future credit limit increases as well. So business credit card funding is a program that we offer. What we do is we set you up with 4 to 5 business credit cards issued in your company's name. And these particular cards only report to the business credit agencies. Most likely, depending on the bank, they may most likely report to Experian Commercial, because that happens to be a business credit reporting agency that receives lots of data from card issuers. Some may report to the Small Business Financial Exchange, which that's a data warehouse that DMB, Experian Commercial, as well as Equifax Business all pull their data from. So, but this is a way for you to build up your business credit report. So if you're a startup and you have good, strong personal credit, why not leverage that to your advantage and get 4 to 5 cards that report to your business credit reports? This will create a credit file for your business. If you already have a credit file for your business, this will further build up your credit file for your business. This will create a credit rating for your business. And more importantly, this shows up on your report as bank issued credit, okay? And this gives you access to working capital. It's not a loan. These are credit cards. So they're revolving. You can carry a balance on them. You can use them for purchases. You can pull cash off of them. And we're going to share with you one strategy on how to pull cash from your business credit cards as well without dealing with the high interest rates on cash advances. So our business credit card funding program, this is combined about 4 to 5 cards maximum we get you. And combined credit limits range from $25,000 to up to $150,000 in combined credit limits. Now, we work to try to get you at least one of those 2 cards with 0% intro APRs. Obviously, we can't guarantee that. It's up to the bank if they want to offer that to you. But typically, it's easy to get 1 or 2 cards with 0% offers. The annual interest rates are going to range from 9.9 to 19.9%. What we're finding is anywhere between 10 to 15% is kind of the average annual interest rates you're getting with the card issuers. Now, what's unique about this is it's easier debt to service. If you put a balance on your business credit card, it's only 1 to 1.5%. It will be your minimum monthly payment to service if you use your cards, you carry balances on it. Now, you can pull cash off these business credit cards. We're going to share with you that in a minute. We're going to share with you different ways to pull cash creatively from business credit cards. These only report to the business credit reporting agencies. Like I said, this helps you get established with most likely Experian Commercial and maybe some Equifax Business as well. More importantly, this is your stepping stone. This gives you 4 to 5 banking relationships as a business. So if you have a business right now, obviously you have a business bank account. You have a relationship with your bank because they have your checking account there. They see your cash flow coming into your business account. So that would be obviously one relationship you have. What's important for you as a business owner is you have to diversify the relationships you have, your access to credit as a business. So when you have 4 or 5 more banking relationships with other banks, guess what that does? That gives you that leverage. Other banks are going to compete for your business. They're going to offer you additional credit products for your company as you have an ongoing relationship with them. Also, they're more likely to give you credit limit increases because they'll see your payment history. You have a relationship with them. So think of that as this is another way to scale up your business and position your company for future funding opportunities. Now, this also establishes a credit rating for your business. Now, one thing I want to point out with our service, which separates us from everyone else out there, is we offer our clients who go through business credit card funding a cash liquidation service. This is a separate service that we offer that's in addition to our funding here. But once you get your funding, you get your business credit card set up from us, we also have a separate service that's called the cash liquidation. Now, what does that mean? That gives you the ability to pull up to 100% of your credit limits in cash if you need it. So let's say you have $75,000 in credit available on your business credit cards. If you need $20,000 in cash, you can liquidate $20,000 and that's deposited in your account, and there's a small percentage fee that we charge to do that for you. But this avoids, it's treated as a purchase on your business credit card. So you avoid the high interest rates on credit cards when you do cash advance. You don't have to worry about the balance transfer strategy. So let's say one of your business credit cards has a 0% intro APR for 12 months and you do cash liquidation. Guess what? You have 0% interest on that cash money you pulled from that card for however long your 0% APR period is, because that cash liquidation was treated as a purchase on your card. So that's just some creative ways for you to pull cash out. And you could do this cash liquidation anytime you want. For the future of obviously you being our client, you could use it anytime. So it's not something you have to do right away. If we get you all this credit set up for the business, if 6 months from now you need a lump sum of cash, just give us a call and we'll offer our cash liquidation service for you. Now, let me quick talk about this first option of getting quick credit for your business. 14 to 20 days, we can get you 4 to 5 business credit cards. And what do we look for? The first thing is you have to have 680 or higher FICO scores, credit scores. If 2 of your credit bureau reports have a 680 or higher, that's fine. Let's say your third report only has a 660 or 670. That's okay. We could still review. At least 2 of your credit bureau reports have to be 680 or higher. Okay? That's number one. And that's just a benchmark indicator. That doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get approval. We look at, and this is a free review we do for you. So when you submit your credit report to us, we don't do a hard pull. You're supplying a copy of your credit report. It takes us 24 or 48 hours for our underwriters to review your report, and we call you back. If you qualify, we give you a funding projection, okay? That allows you to kind of understand this is how much is available to you in credit for the business we can get for you before you make a decision to move forward, okay? So there's no risk to you, there's no obligation, and there's no hard inquiry on your report for us to do a pre-qual, okay? I'm just giving you some insight as to what is going to go into the pre-qual, what's going to determine how much projections you get in business credit card funding. The next thing we look at payment history, obviously, is your primary accounts. Okay, non-authorized user accounts, those help you boost your score up, but the primary thing that's looked at is your primary accounts on your credit cards. Who do you have your credit cards with? What bank issued them? What types of credit cards are they? How long have you had them? Is it a major credit card issuer? I'm talking about your personal ones. Do you have an AMX? Do you have a Capital One? Or do you have more of a lower tier bank that issued credit like a First Premier? And the next thing we look at, of course, is the types of credit that you have. You should have at least 3 credit cards personally that you had for at least over a year minimum. If you just got 3 cards in the past 6 months, that's very new credit, okay? It's nice to have installment credit, loans, or mortgage, auto. Those are types of, all those combined we look at, but the primary thing we look at is your personal credit cards, the size of your personal credit card limits that you currently have, who issued those cards, what's your credit utilization on those cards, etc. Active credit cards only. So if you had a card that had a $10,000 limit, but you closed it last year, that's an inactive card. It doesn't help you, okay? Now, the other thing I just talked about utilization is inquiries. One of the things that we see happen a lot is people go out there, they try to get a couple of cards, and they come to us and say, I want to see if I can get more. And by then, you already have a couple inquiries that you just did in the past 2 months or 3 months. That's too much activity, okay? That's why with our funding process, we process you in 14 to 20 days, and it's the order in which you apply is key. The order in which you apply, not only that, but also the bank that you apply for. Some bank card issuers will automatically decline you if they see that you applied at a previous competing bank. So you have to know, and that's what you're obviously enrolling us to do, is to create that bank list for you. We strategize where we want to place you. But what you don't want to do is go out there and try to shop around for credit and then come to us and see if we can get you more credit. Okay, you don't want to have recent inquiries. That's a big no-no. Age of business is also a factor that gets looked at. If you're a startup, that's fine. If you incorporated your business today and you want us to do a review, that's fine too. However, if your business is over 2 years old, then that puts you at less of a risk category in the eyes of the bank card issuers, okay? So if you have a 2-year-old company, 3-year-old company, those are all good things. What you don't want to do though, and we see this happen a lot, is people buy shelf corporations and they think, okay, I buy a shelf corporation that's 5 years old. But the other thing you have to factor in is who's on the original incorporation paperwork. That's another factor. If you're not on the original incorporation paperwork, that hurts you, okay? Not in a bad way, but that can reduce your risk or your funding potential by like 30%. And that's what we're finding. So don't go out and buy a shelf corporation thinking you're gonna raise more capital because it's an aged business, because you gotta remember, you're not on the original paperwork as the owner of the business. So it's very important to take that into consideration. Now, how do you start this pre-qualification process? The first thing is you wanna order a copy of your credit report. It can be a tri-merged. It just has to be a full report. You don't want us to send a copy of your credit score because we'll reject it. We have to see a full credit report with your score. So the two that we recommend is triadcreditreport.com or creditreportengine.com. They both charge only $1 for you to pull your report. When you order your own credit report, it's not a hard inquiry. It's a soft inquiry. So this doesn't hurt your credit when you order your own credit report. Once you download your credit report, make sure you download it to PDF format. So how you do that is when you're going to print out the report, you just select print to PDF and your computer will convert it into a PDF file. The next thing, once you do that, you're going to go to businessfundingreview.com. This will take you to a secure application page online. You fill out the pre-qual form. Be as accurate as possible. Obviously, like if it asks for your income, what's your business income, how old is your business, make sure all that's accurate because that goes into the data that our underwriters look at along with your credit report. So you're going to upload your credit report securely here. You'll get an email notification that your report's under review. There'll be some instructions like don't apply for credit during this review. Don't increase your credit limits on your cards or buy a whole bunch of stuff and raise your utilization. Keep everything accurate and the same. It'll take us about 24 to 40 hours, and we call you back with funding projections and how much you qualify for. And then from there, if you want to move forward, we send you the funding agreement, and then you send it back to us, and we start the funding process, which takes about 14 to 20 days. So that's pretty much number one. That's a great way to get access to quick credit for your business. 14 to 20 days, you can have anywhere from 15 to up to 150,000 in credit available to the business. Just remember, the strength of your personal credit and your age of the business is going to play a big role in how much you qualify for. Now, the next thing is, what happens if you have credit cards already? You have business credit cards, or you go through our funding program and you want to convert, you want to pull cash from your card. So this particular option is going to apply to you if you already have some business credit cards and you want to convert it into cash, or you get business credit cards through our funding program and you want to convert them to cash. So I'm going to give you some options. The first option is you do it yourself. Make sure you watch this video that we've done up here on the top of the screen here. We talked about how to convert your credit cards using the balance transfer strategy. So that goes really into depth. If you want to do the balance transfer strategy yourself, that's a very simple process where you pull cash out, you transfer that balance to another card. There's going to be a transfer fee of 0 to 3%, typically what the bank card issuer charges you. But that's how you avoid the high interest rate on pulling cash out on a card. Okay, you use the balance transfer strategy. Now, pulling cash from your credit cards, there's direct transfer that's available to you. What that means is when you log in, some card issuers give you, obviously the majority of them all give you an online account, but they give you this feature when you log in online where you can direct transfer cash. You can pull money from your credit card and direct transfer it into your bank account. That's called a direct transfer option. So some card issuers offer that. Then there's the typical ATM. You go in there, use your PIN, you pull cash out. Obviously, there's limits to how much you can pull there. Another way to pull cash is in person. You can go to your bank where you have your credit card with. and request to do a cash pull out from your card. So that's if you go to your bank that you have your credit card with. On the fourth option is convenience checks. Some banks provide you a convenience check, so you could just write a check out to your company and you deposit it, and there's cash in your account. Okay. Keep in mind though, when you use convenience checks, these are all treated as cash advances. Now the other way I want to point out is also on the phone. You can also call your card issuer and say, I'd like to do a cash advance. They ask for your bank account information. You can do it over the phone too. The second option, though, is if you don't want to do the balance transfer strategy, is use a cash payment platform. What does that mean? This particular strategy is if you have to pull cash from your business credit cards to pay someone. You have to pay a contractor. You have to pay a supplier in cash and they don't want to accept credit cards. Or you have to pay another company for services rendered, or you have to, let's say, pay rent and you need cash right away, or you got to pay employees and you have to pull cash somewhere. And obviously your employees are not going to accept credit cards. They need cash. Let's just say that you're trying to cover payroll. This is what this option is for. You're pulling cash from your cards to pay your expenses in cash. So you're going to use a cash payment platform. I'm going to get into that in a minute. How do you do that? Okay, and this cash payment platform will help you avoid the high interest rates that your card issuers charge you when you do a cash advance. Okay, so this is a way to avoid that high interest rate on cash advances. What does that mean? Just so you know, when you pull cash, look at your terms and conditions on your credit card statement. And when you see cash advance, they'll say how much cash advance you could do on the card. And it's typically maybe 20% of your credit limit, 50%. Very few cards allow you to pull up to 100% of your credit limit. Okay, but in addition to that, there's a high interest rate. So if you do a cash advance, they may charge you 25% interest rate on that money that you cash advance. Okay, so that's why you want to avoid doing a cash advance and keeping that cash advance balance on your card. What's the third option? Third option is using our cash liquidation service. This is available to you if obviously you're one of our funding clients, but this is ideal if you're trying to pull cash from your business credit cards for yourself, for your own business. You need it for whether it's you need cash for a down payment on a real estate investment property, etc. So option 2 is you have to be using the cash to pay expenses, and they only charge you 2.5% to do that. And number 3 is cash liquidation service, which is 6%, a little different, higher cost, but that's because you're using the cash from your credit cards for yourself, for your business. So let's break down option number 2, okay? Convert credit cards into cash using a cash payment platform. These are samples of who you can pay in cash if you're trying to pull cash from your business credit card to pay the following: contractors, advertising, business services. And these are all people, let's say they don't want to accept credit card payments. Let's say they only want cash. Or let's say you get a discount when you pay in cash. Okay? So that's where you would want to use a service like this. CPA, taxes, restaurant suppliers, employees, insurance, rent, lease, auto payments, office supply, freelancers, auto purchase. These are all the types of things if you want to try to pull cash from your business credit cards and you want to pay these type of expenses in cash, that's where you want to use the cash payment platform. So how does it work? Okay, so let's get into it. First, you're going to want to set up a Plastique account. It's free to do this. You go to paybusinessexpenses.com. That's where you want to go first. You're going to enter your email address and create a free account. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? So that's paybusinessexpenses.com. Once you have an account registered, you're going to tell Plastique who to pay. Who do you want to pay in cash? You're going to enter the recipient's name and bill information right online. This is all done online. You enter the recipient's address or direct deposit details. So whoever you're trying to pay, they need to provide you that information. So that if they want to have ACH deposit, wire transfer, or they might even just want a hard copy convenience check, a cashier's check. So there's different ways you could pay them. You're going to enter the payment amount. That's step number 2. Now, step 3 is you're going to enter your business credit card information. This is because you're telling Plastique, okay, this is the person I want to pay in cash. Here's how I want you to get the money. You're going to put in your business credit card information. They already know how much you want to pay this person in cash. they're going to pay that person that cash amount, but they're going to also charge an additional 2.5% fee for that payment transaction. So that is the fee they're charging you to charge your card as a purchase. They take that money, they take their 2.5%, and the rest of the money that you allocated pays to your recipient, whether it's wire transfer, ACH deposit, or a regular charge check. That's the cash money they get. This payment is charged as a purchase on your business credit card, not a cash advance. Now, Plastique pays them on your behalf, like I just said. You get an email notification that payment has been made, and you can track updates in your online account, your Plastique account. So this is a great way for you to convert your credit cards, your business credit cards, into cash and avoid the high interest rates on cash advances. They only charge you 2.5%. So let's talk about number 3, another way to get cash or get credit for your business quick. This is a revenue-based line of credit. So this is great for you if, let's say you have bad personal credit, but you have revenues coming in as a business. You have a business that's bringing in revenues into the business accounts, getting deposits, getting activity. So this is all done online. You don't have to furnish documents. You don't have to provide financials, no collateral. This is completely unsecured. All you need, the requirement is for them to review you is to have at least $3,000 a month coming into your business every single month. So even if your business was doing $10,000 a month, but let's say your revenues drop, I mean, as long as you have revenues coming in, they're going to evaluate you for a line of credit. And this is done fast. I'm going to go into the last slide in this presentation. We're going to get into what is the turnaround time for each one of these strategies. You can get a decision in minutes when you do this. It's all done online. There's no personal guarantee, and they don't report your line of credit or any balance to the credit reporting agency. So on your business card reports, it doesn't show up. Doesn't report to your personal credit either. They do business lines of credit up to $100,000, and it's all drawn on online. So it's different from a credit card. The way you get money from this revenue-based line of credit is you log into your account. Let's say you're approved for a $20,000 line of credit. You log into your lender account and say, okay, let's say you need $1,000. Then you draw $1,000 and they deposit it into your business bank account within 24 hours. Okay, so make sure you watch the video up here that kind of explains this program a lot more in detail if you want some more information before you go to bankbusinessline.com to get set up. Now, they do a soft credit check during this review process. They used to not do it, but now they do it. Now, let's say you're approved for a $20,000 line. When you do first draw, when you pull your first amount of money on there, then they do a hard pull. And they only do that one time, okay? So just be prepared for that. I want to make sure that you understand that. Now, but remember, this line of credit and any debt you carry doesn't report to your personal credit. It doesn't report to your business credit. Here's how to apply for a revenue-based line. Register online for free, bankbusinessline.com. That'll take you to this lender's sign-up page. Second thing is log in. Once you sign up, you're going to select Direct Draw. Okay, Direct Draw is the revenue-based line product they have. They have other funding products as well, like an invoice financing if you have outstanding invoices, etc. Connect your business bank account to start the review. So you locate your bank account, and they're going to underwrite and look at your bank account activity to determine if you're approved or not. This takes minutes. And then if you're approved, they let you know right then on the spot, or they email you what the approval amount is. And then you can draw funds from the next business day. So it's a really fast program to get access to lines of credit for your business. So let's talk about number 4. This is called a purchasing credit line. What this means is this is a credit line that allows you to buy products and services on credit, and you have to pay it in full in 60 days. Okay? So you have 60 days to pay. So this, you may have heard the term, we've done net 30 accounts, net 30 vendors, companies that extend net 30 account terms to you. This particular purchasing credit line, this lender will give you a purchasing credit line that you can use with suppliers or vendors or companies that, let's say, they don't even offer credit. You're using this company's purchasing line to buy products and services on credit with net 60-day terms. Okay, they offer up to $100,000 in a purchasing credit limit. You can apply to receive 60 days with no interest to make purchases from sellers. Okay, so you could buy what you want, and they pay your sellers right away. So it's really neat because let's say you need to buy some supplies to fulfill an order, but you don't, let's say, have a business credit card, or let's say that seller doesn't offer credit. Well, you can use this purchasing credit line to buy those products you need from that seller, and they pay the seller, and you have 60 days to pay your invoice with your account here. Okay, so this is huge, and there's no prepayment penalties at all. Application process is really simple with this. You go to fundboxpay.com to register. Okay, now you're going to have 3 different options that they prompt you to select on how you want to apply for this purchasing credit line. Option number 1 is you can sync your checking account, and they analyze your transaction history and give you a decision within 3 minutes. Okay, I would encourage you to first, if you have good revenues, 3,000 or more, apply for the revenue baseline first before you do this. Okay. Option number 2 is, let's say you don't have enough strong revenues, or you're not confident, but let's say you have really good strong personal credit. Then allow them to do a soft inquiry, and they can do a soft pull and give you an approval. But remember, you'll see right here is when you want to make your first purchase using your purchasing credit line, then they do a hard pull at that time. Okay, that's option number 2. Option 3 is if you can't locate your bank for some reason on option number 1, you can furnish them 3 monthly statements from your business checking account. It takes about 24 hours for them to make a decision there. So those are the 3 options you have to apply for a purchasing credit line, and this is just another way for you to get access to credit to buy products and services your company needs with a 60-day payment deferral. Okay, so we just went over 4 different ways for you to get cash and credit for your business fast, and it's unsecured. The first way is business credit card funding. It takes 14 to 20 days for our process to be done. Why is it 14 to 20 days? Because it takes time for you to actually receive the physical business credit card in the mail, so that's why there's a little delay here, but it's a fast way. It's stated income, no doc program. And as long as you have good, strong personal credit, leverage that and get 4 to 5 business credit cards in your company's name. Number 2, we told you how to get cash from your business credit cards, whether you have some right now or you get them from our funding program. That could literally be instant or in 1 to 7 days, depending how you want, what strategy you want to use to pull cash from your business credit card. So we gave you a couple different options on how to do that. Number 3 is the revenue-based line of credit. That could take 1 to 2 days for you to have access to your line of credit. So the review process could give you minutes if you're approved. And then that day you could pull cash out and the money will be in your account in the next business day. So that's a real fast way to get access to capital. And the purchasing credit line, again, same thing, 1 to 2 days. So this is fast, unsecured cash and credit available to your business. Okay? Now, if you're looking for additional ways to get access to credit and capital for your business, definitely check out our business credit building system at businesscreditbuilders.org. That is a do-it-yourself business credit building platform where we give you access to numerous amounts of other types of credit you can get as a business. Many of them do not require a personal credit check, and it's great for startups. And the types of credit I'm referring to are like vendors, suppliers, retailers, fleet and gas cards for your company. So there's many creative strategies that you can utilize in our system to leverage your good personal credit, but at the same time get business credit without using personal. Now, we also list our funding programs at businesscreditbuilders.org. We have loans, lines of credit, business credit card funding, etc. So these are just, I encourage you to check out our site. Give us a thumbs up if this information was helpful to you. Make sure you click the subscribe button. That way you're notified every time we put out videos on funding strategies, ways to build your business credit, and also to protect your personal credit and leverage your business and real estate investment business. With that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.